Come to Spokane, that's our hotel, Red Line Hotel at the park, overlooking the river. Naturally we had to visit the library, and the northwestern room has got a Crosby exhibit. That's Bing's autograph in Call Me Lucky, which he did here in 1953. He autographed it when he was visiting the town. And from the library there's a wonderful view of the falls. Probably one of the best views in the town from this library. Looks like the bridge is collapsing, they have to mend the bridge. Riverfront Park, looking across the site of Expo 74. St. Aloysius there, and then in the foreground is the Crosby home where Bing grew up. As you can see, it wasn't too far for Bing to walk to Gonzaga. Virgil Edwards here to Gonzaga. Would you like to just say hello to everyone in the UK, Virgil?
Yes. Greetings to all Bing fans in jolly old England.
Thanks, Virgil. Very good. Famous statue outside the library. Crosby Honor Room.
Oh no, in America for in the States for a bit.
This beautiful group, Michael with Judy Schmidt and Ron Field from Australia. Send a message.
The man is made of money. Rockefeller is your middle name, right?
Would you like to send a greeting to our UK members?
Whom?
You two. Just say
Me.
hello.
Hello, fellow pommies. I'm not a pommie, but all you pommies, hello.
We'll talk to Judy Smith.
Hello. I'm a Yank, in case you couldn't tell by the accent. Bing is our native boy.
We adopted him though, Judy.
It's all right. We'll let you.
Here's David Covington, our Australian representative.
He doesn't say much though, does he? He just stands there and looks blankly at the screen.
Yeah.
Those big blue eyes.
Good to meet you, David.
You too. What's your name again?
To get that particular colour. You hear different stories from different people as you go. It's unbelievable. There are another development that exists. Release it. In the MCA.
And the Foley building. Let's look at the Bing exhibit here. There's just too much. Everywhere you look, Bing. More displays everywhere. That's a picture of Bing. Catherine standing in line to meet the Pope in Rome in 1960. Unfocused too well.
This
is the view from the library, looking back over the town.
The river in the background. coming from Ray.
There's a display of lots of letters from Bing Crosby family letters.
I love the answer already. Did you pay?
Bing's voice is booming out all over the campus.
You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart.
Now on a tour of all the Spokane to see the Bing related places, and this is the Clemmer Theatre. It was the Clemmer Theatre. I'm hoping to go in, but can't find the key to get in at the moment. So next we're going in the Davenport Hotel.
From his perches on the mezzanine, he could walk through, always a three-piece suit, very proper. And when he saw this going on, you can imagine what some people would have done.
She said she's worth it. This is where Bing learned to play golf. There's a caddy. Here we have Stephen Lewis of the Bing Crosby Internet Museum.
I actually went
talking
through the
to Ken
Crosby
Barnes.
Center earlier this afternoon. Nice
We're standing here waiting for the rededication of the statue.
Yeah.
Crowds gathering. It's a cool evening. Not everyone's cool. These people from sunny California don't feel the cold at all.
Mayor Powers, Mrs. Catherine Crosby, and dear, dear family and friends of our Bing. My name is Gord Atkinson, and as a friend of Bing and the producer-host of his radio biography, The Crosby Years,
Of all those Crosby fans from around the world who were with us on that memorable day, I will always share Bing's love of Gonzaga, and I'm really honored to be back with you for the celebration of his life and his 100th birthday.
The past with names like Father Dussault and so many others who were here present and truly deep friends of Bing Crosby. Bing is obviously our most variety, but because he did so much for the world around him, did so much for the church, he did so much for the culture, he did so much for the world of music, he did so much for the world of television and media, he did so much on behalf of us all, and we are proud not only to have him as an alumnus, proud to have him and his family as our friends continuously. But
You mean you don't give him that kind of respect around here?
Thank you, Gord. Gord is very familiar with many things in Spokane, but not Spokane politics. That's the first time I've been called your worship. I like that. Well, first of all, it is truly my honor to be with you today on this celebration of a man's life on the anniversary of his birthday, to gather with family first. Catherine, a very special welcome back to Spokane. Thank you very much for being with our community today. To Father Spitzer and to Father Coughlin, thank you for the leadership you've provided in this wonderful university for decades. Mr. Little, welcome nice to have you here in Spokane. Welcome, and I can't tell you the number of times as a young man that I would watch you on TV and all of your humor and as a young man, there we go. You were very young yourself to be on TV, no doubt. But my grandmother Keenan in particular was a very big fan. As she was of Bing Crosby, because I can tell you now, please, it's not over yet. I can tell you. I remember the road shows, of course, with Bing, Bob, and Dorothy, and it always went straight down the middle, didn't it, Catherine? Always. So I, too, enjoyed Bing and his work and what it did relative to the culture, whether it be White Christmas or the road shows or many of his better movies as a priest. In fact, I saw him so often as a priest, I thought he was a member of our parish staff as a young man growing up. His contributions to our community and to Gonzaga University, and I would like to proclaim the importance. Whereas Bing Crosby was truly the American voice of the 20th century, from the Jazz Age through the Great Depression, through World War II, and the Korean conflict into the age of prosperity and the age of Aquarius. And whereas he made more studio recordings than any other singer in history, over 2,000 recorded songs each year for 51 years. What a career. And he made films for 40 years and spent 33 years on radio and 29 years on television. And whereas he made the most popular record ever, White Christmas, the only single to make American pop charts 20 times. And whereas he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor 3 times and won the Academy Award for Going My Way in 1944 and was ranked as the #1 box office attraction 5 times between 1944 and 1948. And whereas Bing Crosby appeared in approximately 4,000 radio broadcasts and single-handedly changed radio from a live performance to a recorded medium by presenting in 1946 the first major transcribed show on the ABC network, thereby upgrading that network into a significant force in American media. And whereas Bing Crosby was always proud of his years in Spokane and his Jesuit education at Gonzaga University, and demonstrated his love by establishing the Crosby Library, now the Crosby Student Center at Gonzaga in Spokane. Now therefore it is my honor, as the mayor of the city of Spokane, to hereby proclaim the week of May 12th through May 18th as Bing Crosby Week here in Spokane, encouraging all citizens to join me in this celebration and to honor the man who has given us so much. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Is well known to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, my hometown pal, all the way from Ottawa, Canada, the incomparable Rich Little.
I thought this was a Humphrey Bogart tribute. Where are my strawberries? Thank you, Gordon. That was Gord Atkinson. We were here in 1981, hard to believe. And I remember a lot of students were up there in that fire escape. They were crammed up there, holding big banners saying, "Yay, Elvis." Right up there. No, that's not true. But I am delighted to be here once again. And it's been a busy week for me because I've had to shift gears 3 times this week. Last Friday, I was in Indiana, Pennsylvania. I received the Harvey Award. You know something? Rich Little would be great to do me. He'd be perfect, because Rich Little does a great impression of me. Yeah, it's flawless. I can't believe how good he is. In fact, it's so good that I put a little clause in my will that said, when I die, they should bury Rich Little. Time, you know, I mean, it rains a lot here, you know, and a lot of pigeons fly around, and people steal my pipe. I don't know why they did this, you know, for me. I suggested, you know, to Gonzaga that they didn't put a statue of Bing Crosby up here. They should put a statue of Bob Hope's nose up here. And then the students could use it, you know, every once in a while as a water slide. I'm making it up as I go along. Well, you did, Gord. Yes. But anyway, it is really a thrill to be back here. And Catherine, great memories of the man, you know. And it's just a thrill to be here, and let's have a great weekend. So thank you very much.
Gonzaga, Catherine Crosby.
I just am so happy to be back. There are things that happen when you come to a place, a special place. For me, I was married for 2 weeks, and Bing brought me here, where the library, then it was dedicated, and I can still hear him say, "I wish my mother could be here now." And I think she is. And I think Harry is here. And I think Mary Rose and Catherine are here, and Everett and Larry and Ted and Bob. And I think Bing's spirit is here, and all the things that he learned in this wonderful school, they are here too. And his fans and friends from around the world are here. I'm so grateful to be with you. I hope we come often and say hi to the statue. We've got to leave that pipe out in the rain a little bit more. You can soak it in salt water for a while, and then a little ammonia and salt water, it'll bronze right up. But it's a good statue, and it's a wonderful symbol, and the tulips are so gorgeous, and the lilacs.
It goes without saying that we could not have this rededication without Catherine being here with us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now comes a moment that will take us right back to 1981, because Father Spitzer and Catherine are going to join me, and we're going to reveal the special plaque that has been placed on the bottom of the statue to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Bing's birth. And then you're all going to go inside somewhere and have a hot toddy.
Our birthday greetings to my friend. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my sister. Happy birthday to you. Was suddenly thrust upon me. The precarious financial position of their college had forced every board member and administrator to go begging again. Happy birthday, wherever you are. Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal, dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He has no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. But if you don't give a feather or a pig, you'll be the one to be a pig. Oh, would you like to swim a star? And every moon is all in a jar. And be better off than you are. Or would you rather be a fish? A fish is an animal who swims in a brook. He can't find his name or read a book. To rule the people is his only goal.
The hour when we must say goodbye. You're away. It's over. The white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. When the lights go out again, all over the world.
Oh, what? What's going on here?
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, Crosby, throw me a straight line and let's get this egg rolling.
I'll tell you. Look up there on the screen. Can't make it through a show without that guy monkeying around. Tell ya. But you know, Bob and Bing were great friends. Golfing buddies.
So much. How's it going?
Good, yourself.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. What are they doing?
The book signing. Incredible crowd. Lord Atkinson signing his CDs.
From the bottom of my heart, dear, I apologize. Cover some of the lost over material, and certainly no tribute to Bing Crosby could possibly be complete without at least a brief visit to the Emerald Isle. Did your mother come from Ireland? 'Cause there's something in you Irish. Will you tell me where you get those Irish eyes? Did your mother come from Ireland? 'Cause there's something in you Irish, and that bit of Irish steals my heart away. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone as she wheeled her wheelbarrow.
And this is where Bing carved his initials in the wood. Just there, very difficult to see with the camera, but that's where it is, and they've covered it up to make sure it doesn't deteriorate.
Alexander Graham Bell and other companies started competing with Edison to improve the technology. It became, in a sense, a replacement for the 19th century home entertainment unit, which was basically a camera.
I agreed to this, and I lied. I said, oh yeah, sure. I thought, gee, well done. I was right along with the enthusiasm of doing this. It was like utopia for me. And so we went into Fred, and we put it to it, and Fred said, oh, Cross, oh yes, oh yeah, count me in on that one, that's great. So Fred was now committed to doing 3 albums in London, when before he was resisting just doing one, you know. I thought, no, that's, I've got over those hurdles, but what if Bing says no?
By the way, the best impressions in the world, who are we kidding? Cezanne, Matisse, and I first worked with Fred Astaire in, I never worked with Fred Astaire. And the hour's getting late, and I appreciate being here, and this is fascinating, listening to all this. Just, intriguing. Make a great TV show. But I'm not going to say too much because I'm saving my best material for tonight where we get fed. For dinner. Incidentally, Gary Yidden's first book on Bing was incredible. It took me 3 years to read it. Great war stuff, though. It's got to be much, much shorter. So it's quite a short story, but it's got to cut about 2/3 of it, you know. So I hate to, say anything negative his next book, Bing will not be in it. Just the pictures.
We sold leather.
It was a great book, Gary. It really was. My God, the work involved in that. Oh, God. When are you ever going to sleep? And Gord Atkinson, I hate to burst a bubble here, but he's never talked to Bing Crosby in his life. Those Crosby your tapes. Come on. We're done in Ottawa, and I did Bing. No, I really did. Listen to this. No, Gordy, I never recorded whistling in the Wildwood. Never heard of the tune. Whistling in the Wildwood. No, never did a tune like that. Never heard of that. That's made up. No. Dog named Rover. My dog named Rover. No. That's never did it. No, that's I don't know your stuff.
You think that's funny? You should be exposed to him sometimes. Like I walk in his house and he's pre-taped a whole conversation of me with Bing. Because you see, he also does a devastating impression of me. But he has to hold his ear when he does it.
I do both of them. And I put it on tape once. I play it once in a while when I can't sleep. We're talking to Bing, you know? Well, Bing, could you go back to the early days when I first started in show business? Now, I never recorded the song before. Just in the Wildwood? No. We had lunch together in the room, and I was doing all kinds of impressions. And Bing never said a word, hardly a word. He just sat back there and he listened and laughed a lot. He was kind of an observer, wasn't he? And he was smiling, laughing. I was doing Jimmy Stewart and John Wayne and George Burns and all the voices, and he was getting quite a kick out of it. And I said, I'm doing a television series for NBC. We just started, and I don't know what it would take. I don't even think I should bring this up because I'm embarrassed, but I don't know what it would take to get you on the show. And Bing said, well, why don't you pick up the phone? Absolutely true story. And I did pick up the phone. And he said, name the place and the time. I'll be there. And it's unbelievable, but I can remember going to the producers of my show and some of the NBC brass and saying, you're the guys who are going to believe this. Bing Crosby wants to do my show. My God. You know what they said? Well, when? I said, well, you could fit it in like 2 weeks from now. They said, oh, no, it's not going to happen. I said, it's not going to happen. No, we got Starsky and Hutch on that week. I'll never forget this. And then the other jerk at NBC says, Bing Crosby, what's he done? I said, well, I'll back the truck up. But he did do the show. And he was just terrific. And I was so nervous when we did this medley together. Oh my God, it was one of the most nervous times of my life. God, I was singing with Bing. And I was sweating. And I was trying to look cool and everything, but inside I was dying. And we kept doing it in segments. And I would screw up and we'd have to go back to the beginning. And then Bing would start screwing up deliberately. And I knew why he was doing that. Because he didn't want it all on me. I said, oh, I'm sorry, Rich, I came in wrong there. Sorry, we'll have to do that over. He knew that I made a mistake. And that's the kind of a guy that he was. And it took us about 6 hours to do this medley. But what a thrill to work with him. And we're going to show that tomorrow. Afternoon.
Ragtime band.
Anything for an audience.
Music ain't it grand, it's the best band in the land. Ragtime.
Many of the people attending the Bing Bash say it's well worth traveling thousands of miles to celebrate the life of Bing Crosby.
As the moonlight becomes you dear.
It seems like everyone has their favorite Bing Crosby song.
In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing.
The late entertainer certainly making a mark on a new generation of fans.
Aquella blanca Navidad.
Translated into English, it's Crosby's greatest hit.
Just like the ones we used to know.
Fans are in Spokane celebrating what would have been his 100th birthday.
Okay, here we go.
Bing Crosby buffs coming in from all corners of the world, but one of the larger groups is from Britain.
And he had a very special meaning to us. He came across during wartime and entertained, and it meant a lot.
Across campus, people are lining up at this book signing. Bing's wife, Catherine, just wrote a new book about the life of the late entertainer. Diehards like Cliff Brisbois even bringing in his high school paper on Bing Crosby to get it autographed.
If I had to be on crutches or in a wheelchair, I would have been here. I wouldn't miss this for anything.
100 years after his birth, Bing Crosby is still a force in American culture, an accomplishment that's likely to last another 100 years.
Someone waits for me.
Now, because of some confusion, there is some controversy whether this would have been Bing's 100th birthday. Some say he was born in 1903. His wife says Bing considers himself to be born in 1904. Reporting live, Wilson Chow, Creme 2 News.
Okay, Wilson, thanks a lot. And for more information on the Bing Crosby birthday celebration, go to creme.com and look under our top story. Link it to the official website.
Snow flurries last night, hail this afternoon.
Last, you can see as we check our